Good morning, students. We start our lecture with the condensation, right? So, what is the meaning of condensation? So, condensation is the process of converting gas or vapor to the liquid. So, any gas can be reduced to a liquid by lowering its temperature or increasing its pressure. So, condensers are typically used as a pre-treatment devices. They can be used ahead of absorbers. Uh, and incinerator to reduce the total gas volume to be treated by more expensive control equipment. So condensations are generally used for pollution control are right and used as a condensers and surface condensers. So in a contact condensers, the gas comes into contact with the cold liquid as you can see in this figure. This is a contact condenser and below one is a surface, right? So in that type of condenser, the gas comes into contact with the cold liquid, and in a surface condenser, the gas contacts a cool surface in which cool liquid or gas is circulated, such as the outside of the tube. So the removal efficiency of condensers typically range from 50% to more than 95%. Right? As you can see, this contact and pressure surface condenser. Next is incineration. So incineration, also known as combustion, and mostly used to control emissions of organic compounds from the process industries. So this control technique refers to the rapid oxidation of a substance through the combination of oxygen with the combustible materials in the presence of heat. So when the combustion is complete, the gaseous stream is converted to carbon dioxide and the vapor. So equipment used to control waste gases by combustion can be divided into the three categories, which is the direct combustion, also known as flaring, and thermal incineration, and last one is the catalytic incineration. So in a direct combustion, direct combustor is a device in which air and all the combustible waste gases react at the burner. So complete combustion must occur instantaneously since there is no residence chamber. So a flare can be used to control almost any emission stream containing volatile organic compounds. So studies conducted by EPA have shown that the destruction efficiency of flare is about 98%. Next is the thermal incineration. So for that, in thermal incinerator, the combustible waste gases passes over or around the burner flame into a residence chamber where the oxidation of the waste gases is completed. So the thermal incinerator can destroy gaseous pollutant at efficiency of greater than 99% when operated correctly. Right? So first, oxygen or ox air is enter into the combustion chamber, then in enters into waste gas preheater, right? Then it's enters in secondary recovery, and then because of that, the whole process contains this thermal incinerator. So the next is a catalytic incinerator. These are very similar to the thermal incinerators, right? The main difference between these two processes is that after passing through the flame area, the gases passes over a catalytic bed, right? So catalytic promotes oxidation at lower temperatures and thereby reducing the fuel cost. So the destruction efficiency is greater than 95% are possible using catalytic incinerators. Now, next is the controlling air pollution from motor vehicles. So, motor vehicles are significantly sources of pollution that can damage the environment and pose the public health issues. Everyone has a stake in a limiting pollution, right? So, there are elements of comprehensive vehicle pollution control strategy, right? So, traffic and demand management, which is converted into clean fuels, and then its appropriate maintenance, and because of that clean vehicle technology. So these all processes are control vehicle pollution control strategies, right? Next is how vehicle pollution harms the environment and the health. So basically, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, hydrocarbons, these all gases are released when the fuel is burned in the internal combustion engine. And when this air or fuel residues are emitted through the vehicle tail pipe, the gasoline vapors also escape in the atmosphere during the refueling and when the fuel vaporizes from engines and the fuel system. So which is caused by vehicle operation or hot the weather. So the pollutants in the vehicle emissions are known to damage lung tissues and can lead to an aggravate respiratory disease such as asthma. So more vehicle pollution also contribute to the formation of acid rains and adds to the greenhouse gases that causes climate. Right. So pollutant emitted directly from the vehicles are not the only cause of for concern. So on warm, sunny days, hydrocarbons react with oxide of nitrogen and to create the secondary pollutant ozone. So in many urban areas, motor vehicles are a single largest contributor to ground level ozone, which is common component of smoke. So ozone causes coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath, and can bring an permanent lung damage. So making it a cause of crucial public health problems. Next topic is zero emission vehicles. So zero emission vehicles, which includes battery electric vehicles, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, and hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicles. So these technologies can be used in passenger cars, trucks, and transit the buses. So New York and 7 other states joined together in an initiative to put 3.3 million zero emission vehicles on the road by 2025. So a memorandum of understanding outlines the steps these states will take to expand the consumers' awareness and demand for zero emission vehicles. Now, in India, there are also some of the states which also expand this consumer awareness about this zero emission vehicles, which is basically depends on battery and battery electric vehicles, right? So reducing vehicle pollution, a proper maintenance of car, truck emission control systems not only limits the harmful emissions, but also can improve fuel efficiency and vehicle performance, which extending the life of the vehicle. So care in storing and handling gasoline and other solvents also reduce evaporative losses to the atmosphere. So, what are the Air Prevention and Control Pollution Act 1981? So, to implement the decision taken at the United Nations Conference on the Human Environment, which is held in Stockholm in June 1972, Parliament enacted the nationwide Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act under Article 253 of the Constitution of India. So the Air Act's framework is similar to the one created by its predecessor, the Water Act of 1974. So to enable an integrated approach to the environment problem, the Air Act expanded the authority of the central and the state board, which is established in Water Act to include air pollution control. So states which have not constituted the water pollution boards were required to constitute air pollution boards. So under the Air Act, all the industries operating within designed air pollution control areas must obtain a permit from the state boards. So prior to its amendment in 1987, the Air Act was enforced through mild court, which is admitted penalties on violators. So 1987 amendment strengthens the informant machinery and introduced stiffer penalties. Now the boards may close down a defaulting industry's plant or may stop its supply and electricity or water. So a board may also apply to a code to restrain emission that exceed prescribed standards. So notably, the 1987 amendment introduced a citizen initiative provisions into the Air Act and extended the Act to include noise pollution. So there are some silent features of air. Uh, the Air Act 1981 has 54 sections and is divided into the 7 chapters relating to preliminary, central, and state board for prevention and control of air pollution, powers and function of boards, prevention and control of air pollution, funds, accounts and audit, penalties and procedures, and miscellaneous. So the Act provides that the state government in a consultation with a state board has a power to give instruction to the registration authority under the Motor Vehicle Act 1939, which is Act 4 of 1939. So for ensuring the standard for emission for automobiles driven with the help of petrol or diesel. So the Act provides for the imposition of restriction on the use of certain industrial plants in any pollution control area without the previous permission and consent of the state board. So this Act provides that the board has power to make application to the court for restraining the persons from causing the air pollution. So Act provides that the state government, in consultation with the state board, is empowered to declare any area or areas with the jurisdiction of the concerned state and air pollution control area. So this act basically provides the whoever operates or establishes any industrial plant in a pollution control area without the consent of the state board or allow emission of an air pollutant in excess on the standard laid down by the state board or violate any direction issued by the board in the above situation is punished with imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 1 year and 6 months, but which may extend to 6 years with the fine. So if this fail or contravention continues, the guilty person is punished with the additional fine, which may extend to 5,000 rupees for every day during which such failure or contravention continues even after the conviction for the first such failure or contravention, right? So these all are the air pollution. Now in the next lecture, we see the what are the noise pollution and what are the preventing measures, right?